Imagine a group of spinning tops, all spinning like a cage. If you place a stationary top among them, what happens? The crazy spinning tops bump into it from all sides, and eventually it starts spinning like a cage too. You have to place yourself in this kind of a overwhelmingly powerful environment. So when you keep coming to this place and listening, you will find a confidence growing inside you that you never knew you had. Our chairman once said, among the many people gathered here today, there will be surely be someone whose life and destiny will be changed by Atomy. The moment I heard those words, I answered silently to myself with a sense of promise, Mr. Chairman, that one person is me, right here today. And I still believe it now. I believe that among all of you here, there is that special person whose life and destiny will be transformed by Atomy today, just like mine was. I thought to myself, if I keep living like this for the next 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, or 10 years, my future is already set. I'd be lucky if things didn't get any worse. But when I imagine my life 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, and 10 years from now with Atomy, my heart started to pound with excitement. Everyone, should you do work that makes you feel heavy and anxious? Or work that makes your heart race with excitement? That's right, and that is why I choose Atomy. Everyone, how are things for you financially these days? Are you living comfortably? Every year, we hear people say that life is getting harder. But this year feels like it's on a whole new level. They call this an era of a screwflation, where the economy feels like a screw tightening its grip on our lives. Wages aren't going up, but prices are skyrocketing, leaving ordinary people with no choice but to tighten their belt. It says that people have a cut back on all their spending on clothes, food, and fun, except for essential medical bills and their children's education. I can understand cutting back on their things, but can you really cut back on food? Yet, for the first time, spending on both home cooked meals and eating out has decreased at the same time. That's how tough things have become. Also, for the first time in South Korea's history, the amount of household waste has gone down. Is it because we've all become more environmentally conscious? No, it's because nearly 1 million self-employed business owners have had to close down. As restaurants, in particular, shut their doors, food waste has dropped significantly. This is the difficult reality that self-employed people are facing. 25% of the working population in our country is self-employed. Many of them are retirees over 60 years who weren't prepared for their later years. They take their entire retirement savings, even get loans to start a small business. But the survival rate after 5 years is only 54.7%. So, what about the national pension? Is it enough to live on? Nearly 90% of recipients get less than $1,000 a month. Can you really prepare for your future with that? That's why people say it's not a national pension, but national pocket money. Not long ago, I was shocked when I saw a video of a Tesla's robot, Optimus. It was dancing like a K-pop idol and could gently pick up an egg to cook. We are entering an age where robots can do our jobs more precisely than we can. Companies like BMW and Tesla say they will have more robot workers than human employees in the future. The end of labor is becoming our reality. But everyone, we worked so hard to raise our kids, educate them, and buy a home. So why is preparing for our future so difficult? The reason is that most of us have been working for labor income. 95% of the people are competing for just 5% of the world's wealth in this area. Even if you are a professional or have a special skill, you will eventually retire, making it a temporary income. On the other hand, in the area of system income, where 95% of the wealth is, only 5% of the people are earning money. This is why it's so hard for us to become wealthy, no matter how hard we work. The moment I truly understood the Atomy business, I knew, wow, This is how you become a real landlord, an online landlord. It was the exact opportunity I had been searching for. That's why, everyone, we cannot just keep investing our time and energy into what some called an addicted paycheck. If we do, our future could be very bleak. These days, all the major IT companies are investing heavily in research to extend human life. There's an animal called the naked mole rat. It's only about 8 centimeters long, but lives for 32 years. In human terms, that's like living to be 800 years old. The number of days we have ahead of us is only getting longer. From our 20s to our 50s, we work for labor income and have no time. From our 60s to 100, we cannot work anymore and can only spend money. We have a plenty of time, but no money. I recently read about a toast that seniors make at gatherings. They shout 119 in Korea, 911. I thought it was a gathering of former firefighters, but it actually means let's live healthily until we are 119 years old. This is the era we are living in. There are three things our children want from us these days. First, please be financially independent. Second, please stay healthy. Third, please don't just wait for us. Have your own friends and social life. Everyone, what can solve all three of these problems at once is Atomy. We have to dig the well before we get thirsty. Creating a system income is no longer a choice, it's a necessity. In Burke Hedges, The Parable of the Pipeline, he says building one pipeline, a system income, is like getting 1,000 paychecks. Carrying buckets of water every day gives you money right away, but if you get sick or injured, your income stops. But if you take the time to build a pipeline, even if it doesn't pay you at first, eventually you can just turn on a tap and have water flow endlessly. The first step to achieving this system income in Atomy is becoming an auto sales master. This is a position that generates a stable pension like an income of about $1,000 a month. To achieve this, you need 100 loyal consumers, 50 on your left side and 50 on your right, who use over 100,000 points worth of products each month. I see some worried face now. You are probably thinking, how can I possibly find that many people? Don't worry. The Atomy shopping mall has over 690 daily necessities. In the Philippines, around 90 daily necessities. And the Aja Mall has over 100,000 different products. Aja Mall right now is only available in Korea. Everything you need from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep is right there. If I had to do this alone, I would have never started. Would I have just started Atomy just to sell macular kimchi or probiotics to earn the same $2,000 or $3,000 a month I was making before? No way. Many people misunderstand Atomy as just a business of selling daily necessities. But this isn't about selling products. It's about sharing the value of absolute quality and absolute price hidden within the products, and sharing the possibility that ordinary people like us can become wealthy. And most importantly, you don't do this alone. It's a business you build as a team with your sponsors and partners through unlimited levels. While I'm building my consumers base, my sponsor helps me. Then my consumers fall in love with the products and become my partners. And we build it together. That's why creating a group of 50 on your left and 50 on your right is absolutely achievable. There are essential requirements to become a system income earner. First, you must become a 100% product lover yourself. You can only tell a lie a few times. But when you are sharing a truth that you feel with all your heart, you can say it 100, even 1,000 times. That's why you have to use the products yourself and feel the genuine excitement. Because I've used them and know how good they are, I cannot help but tell people about them. I feel bad for those who aren't using them. When you do the Atomy business, you will meet a giant within you that you never knew existed. Second, you must set a clear goal and take action. You cannot just keep the good news to yourself, right? You share that feeling and create other consumers who also fall in love with the products. The most important thing here is to set a clear deadline for when you will become an auto sales master. A vague thought like, I will get there someday, will never get you there. Atomy is the last ladder to success left for us. Most wealthy people, once they climb the ladders, kick it away so no one else can follow. Why? Because they need people who will work for them. Drivers, housekeepers, assistants. They climb to the top and kick the ladder away. But our chairman, Park Hang-gil, is holding that ladder steady so that every single one of us can climb it and become wealthy. But just because the ladder is there doesn't mean you will automatically go up. If you try to climb with your hands in your pocket, you will fall. You have to grab the ladder with both hands. Keep your eyes fixed on the top and climb without wavering. Only when your goal is clear will all your focus be unleashed. Imagine you jump into a taxi and say, "Drivers, please go fast. I'm late." What will the driver ask? Where are you going? When you set a destination, your focus becomes laser sharp. To do this, you need to make a name list. And when you do, the one thing you must never do is prejudice. Don't think, oh, this person is too picky and they won't use it, or my friend isn't interested in business. If you do that, you will run out of people before you even start. You just write down the names of everyone you know who is alive. Then you go and tell them, this is really good and affordable. Just try it. How many math formulas do you remember from school? Do you remember the Pythagorean theorem? I've forgotten almost all of them. The only thing I'm still confident in is the multiplication table. But did I learn it all just by hearing it once? No, this is information. Will everyone understand it the first time you tell them? No. People understand information at different speeds. That's why you need to do consistent follow-up after service. Big corporations sell a product and that's it. They don't call you afterward. But our goal isn't just to sell. Our goal is to change someone's life through the value of these products. That's why we have to keep following up. Does it sound too hard to do alone? Don't worry. The person who wants you to become wealthy more than anyone else in the world, your sponsor, not your parent, will be there to help you every step of the way. Your sponsor will accompany you and help you deliver that information. That's how you create loyal consumers and help them switch their daily shopping to their own Atomy Mall. Where do you usually buy your things? At the supermarket? At the mall? You see loyal customers there all the time, with the shopping cart overflowing, waiting in line to pay. Do they earn money by spending there? Has anyone ever gotten a 10,000 pesos cashback from a mall? I have asked so many people. I've never met anyone. And even if you get points, they expire if you don't use them. I haven't seen who received 1,000 pesos from the platform. When we spend our money there, who gets the income? The person who created that platform. So how do we share Atomy? We don't say, buy these probiotics and this toothpaste from me. We say, you can have your own online mall. It's free. And in your mall, there are 700 to 800 products. In the Philippines, around 90 products are available that are amazing quality and incredibly cheap. And we tell them, when you buy from your own mall, your spending becomes your income. Your consumption become assets in Atomy. This is the message we share. And then we are just connecting my asset, your friend's asset, your relative's asset together, which is only daily necessities. But do they get it right away? No, they don't understand why. Because nothing like this has ever existed before in their lives. So we have to keep telling them until they understand. Can a college student teach calculus to an elementary school kid? No, you have to start with a multiplication table. You have to meet your consumers at their level and keep explaining that they have their own mall, how to shop there, and how their spending becomes their income. This is an education business. When you invite them to a seminar like this, two types of people emerge. First, those who finally understand. Second, those who realize they must do this business. So you just keep repeating the process. Make a list, share the products, follow up to create loyal consumers, help them switch their mall, and invite them to the system. Does that sound difficult? For a job that can earn you $100,000 a month, is it too hard? If you could earn that much by just doing this, wouldn't you start right away? So first, you become a product lover. Second, you create other product lovers. And third, and this is the key, you must plug yourself into the system. A rice cooker has to stay plugged in to make delicious rice. In the same way, you have to stay plugged into the system until you become an imperial master earning $100,000 a month. If you keep plugging and unplugging the rice cooker, it will break. If you keep connecting and disconnecting from the system, your business will break. We are not working for a labor income. We are here to build a system income. So being part of the system is an absolute requirement. This is the path that successful people have already walked. If someone told you to create a new path to success, could you do it? I couldn't. But here, the path is already laid out for you with the detailed instructions on how to walk it. Imagine a group of spinning tops, all spinning like a cage. If you place a stationary top among them, what happens? The crazy spinning tops bump into it from all sides, and eventually it starts spinning like a cage too. You have to place yourself in this kind of a overwhelmingly powerful environment. One of the causes of dementia is a hearing loss. We need to constantly hear and observe new information to keep our brain cells active. If no new information comes in, our brain cells can start to die. When you come here and listen again and again, something amazing happens. Believing cells start to grow inside your brain. What kind of belief? The belief that says, I can do it too. I can also become an imperial master earning $100,000 a month. Cells that allow you to see that belief are created and activated. Then you realize it, Atomy isn't a job where you get paid by the hour or by the month. It is a business where the reward for your belief is the power to achieve your dreams. You have to believe you can do it. If you don't believe in yourself, how can it ever happen? So, when you keep coming to this place and listening, you will find a confidence growing inside you that you never knew you had. Then you will be able to endure the negative words of people who don't understand Atomy. Rejection won't feel so painful anymore. You have to come here to meet the giant that lives inside of you. This system is truly powerful. If a person like me didn't have this system, I would have surely fallen off the ladder. Everyone, for most of our lives, we have a thought according to how we live. We thought a person like me could never do something great, and we put ourselves down. But when you come into this system, you begin to live according to how you think. The belief that you can create the amazing life you dream of, the thought changes you, and it changes your life. Have you ever seen this painting? It's not a famous masterpiece. The king of the steel, Andrew Carnegie, was born into a poor family. He had to work incredibly hard from a young age just to make ends meet. In his 20s, he worked as a door-to-door salesman. One day, he visited an old man's house and saw a painting on the wall that deeply moved him. He couldn't sleep that night. The words written on the painting touched his heart. He gathered his courage, went back to the old man, and begged him, Sir, please give me the painting. He pleaded so earnestly that the old man finally gave it to him. Carnegie hung that painting on his wall for the rest of his life and treated the words as his life's motto. The words were, There is a tide in the affairs of men. This means that the high tide will surely come. Everyone, do you have a dream? Not the kind you have when you are asleep, but the kind of dream that wakes you up. If you have a dream like that, then your high tide has arrived. That all seemingly insignificant boat in the painting, that's us. And when the high tide comes in, that boat can sail out into the vast ocean towards the great horizon, becoming a magnificent vessel. You have all worked so hard. You've been diligent and sincere. The reason you haven't become wealthy is not your fault. It's because you hadn't found the right tool. But now, you have found Atomy. A great high tide is rolling in. You have found the tool that can make you wealthy. So now it's time to take your boat and sail bravely towards the vast ocean, towards the beacon of your dreams. Take on the challenge of becoming an auto sales master, the first step to system income. I truly hope that you all succeed and become wonderful, wealthy individuals who, as our chairman says, live well, love, learn, and contribute. Donate. Thank you so much.